Hello everyone, how are you doing? I hope you all are doing well. Today, we will talk about the best principles of how to win friends and influence people. But before starting the topic, let's learn a little about this book. How to Win Friends and Influence People is a guidebook for improving relationships and achieving success. It teaches us that connecting with others is a skill we can develop by being honest about our weaknesses and actively working to overcome them. The book may feel a bit old-fashioned, but its lessons are still relevant today. You don't have to adopt all the principles at once. Instead, choose the ones that can benefit you now and return to the others later. All right, let's move on to our first principle. The first principle of how to win friends and influence people is show genuine interest in others. This means actively engaging with people, listening to them, and being genuinely curious about their thoughts, feelings, and experiences. For example, imagine you're at a social gathering and you meet someone new. Instead of focusing solely on yourself and trying to impress them, you apply the principle of showing genuine interest. You ask open-ended questions about their hobbies, interests, or work, and you actively listen to their responses. You show empathy and ask follow-up questions to delve deeper into their experiences. By doing so, you make the other person feel valued and important, and you create a meaningful connection. The key is to genuinely care about the other person and make them feel heard and understood. By showing genuine interest, you can build strong relationships and influence others positively. The second principle is smile and be a good listener. It emphasizes the importance of showing genuine interest in others and creating positive connections through active listening. When you smile, it creates an inviting and approachable atmosphere, making others feel comfortable and open to conversation. Smiling conveys warmth and friendliness, which can make a significant difference in how people perceive and respond to you. Being a good listener means giving your undivided attention to the person speaking, without interrupting or judging. It involves being fully present in the conversation and showing empathy towards the speaker's thoughts and feelings. By actively listening, you demonstrate that you value and respect the other person's perspective. For example, imagine you're attending a social gathering and meet someone who is enthusiastic about a particular hobby, like photography. Instead of immediately steering the conversation toward your own interests, you smile and show interest in what they have to say. You ask open-ended questions to encourage them to share more about their experiences and show genuine curiosity. By actively listening and engaging in their passion, you establish a positive connection and leave a lasting impression. The third principle is remember and use people's names. The principle emphasizes the importance of acknowledging and addressing individuals by their names. It signifies genuine interest and respect for others, fostering stronger connections and leaving a lasting positive impression. Remembering someone's name demonstrates attentiveness and personalizes the interaction. By using a person's name, you convey that they are important to you and that you value their presence. It creates a sense of warmth and friendliness, making the other person feel recognized and appreciated. For example, let's say you meet a new colleague named Sarah at a business conference. During your conversation, you actively listen and make a conscious effort to remember her name. Later in the day, when you see Sarah across the room, you greet her by saying, "Hi, Sarah. How are you enjoying the conference so far?" By using her name, you establish a connection and show that you remember her. This small gesture can go a long way in building rapport and making Sarah feel valued. Remembering and using people's names is a simple yet powerful technique that helps establish positive relationships and enhances communication. It demonstrates your interpersonal skills and consideration for others, making them more likely to respond positively to your interactions. The fourth principle is be a good conversationalist. By demonstrating a sincere curiosity about others, you can create engaging and meaningful conversations. Instead of dominating the discussion with your own opinions and stories, focus on actively listening to the person you're conversing with. Ask open-ended questions and encourage them to share their thoughts, experiences, and emotions. For example, imagine you meet someone at a social gathering. Instead of immediately sharing your own achievements or interests, you could ask them about their hobbies, passions, or recent experiences. Show genuine enthusiasm for their responses and continue the conversation by asking follow-up questions or sharing related anecdotes that connect with their interests. Remember, the key is to make the other person feel valued and important by giving them the space to express themselves. By doing so, you create a positive impression and foster deeper connections with others. The fifth principle is show appreciation and give sincere praise. The principle of showing appreciation and giving sincere praise, as outlined in the book How to Win Friends and Influence People, is about recognizing and acknowledging the value, efforts, and positive qualities of others in an honest and genuine manner. It involves expressing gratitude and admiration to build stronger relationships and influence others positively. Example: let's say you work in a team, and one of your colleagues has put in extra effort to complete a project successfully. Instead of taking their efforts for granted, you could demonstrate appreciation and give sincere praise by expressing your gratitude directly to them. You might say something like, "Hey, I wanted to take a moment to acknowledge the tremendous effort you put into this project. Your dedication and attention to detail have made a significant impact, and I'm grateful to have you on our team. Thank you for your hard work." By showing appreciation and giving sincere praise, you not only make the other person feel valued and respected, but you also motivate them to continue their excellent work. This principle helps foster positive relationships and encourage a supportive environment where individuals feel recognized and encouraged. The sixth principle is avoid arguments and criticism. The principle encourages individuals to refrain from engaging in confrontations or expressing negative judgments about others. Instead, it suggests focusing on understanding and empathy. By adopting this principle, one can foster positive relationships and create a harmonious environment. For example, suppose you have a colleague who often arrives late to team meetings. Instead of criticizing or arguing with them about their tardiness, you could approach the situation differently. You could seek to understand their perspective by asking open-ended questions and actively listening to their reasons for being late. By showing empathy and offering potential solutions or support, you can establish a more constructive dialogue and maintain a positive relationship with your colleague. For today, let's keep it just this much. See you in the next video. Please like, subscribe, and share.